Bradley Walsh has always been the kind of person who brings energy into a room without even trying. His voice carries warmth, his humor arrives naturally, and his presence feels familiar, like someone audiences have known for years, even if they've never met him. Alongside him, Hegerty brings a different kind of strength. Calm, sharp, thoughtful, and unapologetically herself, she has earned respect not just for her intelligence, but for her honesty. So, when a tense moment unfolded involving both of them, viewers immediately felt the shift. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic in the way people expect from television. It was subtle. A pause that lingered slightly longer than usual, a change in tone, a look exchanged that said more than words ever could. And that's what made it so powerful. Bradley addressed the moment first, not with defensiveness, but with openness. He acknowledged that sometimes emotions surface unexpectedly, even in places meant for fun and laughter. He reminded everyone that behind every smile on screen is a real person navigating real feelings in real time. Anne followed with her characteristic honesty, but softened with warmth. She spoke thoughtfully, choosing her words with care. There was no intention to create discomfort, only a desire to stay true to herself. And in that honesty, viewers didn't see tension as conflict, they saw it as humanity. What unfolded next was something rare. Instead of letting the moment hang awkwardly, both Bradley and Anne leaned into understanding. Bradley's humor gently returned, not to dismiss the situation, but to ease it. A light comment, a small smile, the kind that says, "We're okay, we're human." Anne responded in kind, her sharp wit softened by a hint of playfulness. The exchange felt less like a disagreement and more like a conversation between two people who respect each other deeply. There was something unexpectedly romantic about it, not romance in the traditional sense, but the kind rooted in mutual respect. Watching two strong personalities navigate an emotional moment with grace reminded viewers that connection doesn't mean perfection, it means communication. Fans felt it instantly. Messages began pouring in from people who recognized that feeling, the discomfort of an honest moment, followed by relief when it's handled with kindness. Many viewers said it reminded them of conversations in their own lives, the ones that feel difficult at first but end up bringing people closer. And then came the laughter, because Bradley Walsh, even in reflective moments, never strays too far from humor. A joke slipped in, light and self-aware, breaking the tension completely. Anne smiled. The atmosphere shifted. What could have lingered as uncomfortable instead became memorable for all the right reasons. It was exciting in the most unexpected way, not because of shock or drama, but because viewers witnessed something genuine, a moment unscripted, handled with maturity and warmth. It reminded people why they connect so strongly with both Bradley and Anne, not just for entertainment, but for authenticity. Bradley later reflected on how moments like these matter, how they remind everyone that kindness on screen isn't an act, it's a choice, that listening can be just as powerful as speaking, that humor, when used with care, can heal rather than hide. Anne's response was equally thoughtful. She acknowledged that honesty doesn't always land perfectly, but it's still worth having. That being true to yourself doesn't mean disregarding others. It means trusting that respect can hold space for different perspectives. Together, they turned a tense moment into something meaningful. There was no winner or loser, no apology demanded or blame placed, just two people choosing understanding over ego. Viewers described feeling unexpectedly comforted. Some even said the moment made them smile through emotion, because it wasn't about conflict, it was about connection, and that's what made it special. In a world where television often thrives on exaggerated drama, this moment stood out for being real, soft, human. It showed that even small pauses and honest words can carry emotional weight. Bradley's warmth and Anne's sincerity complemented each other beautifully. Their dynamic reminded audiences that differences don't weaken a relationship, they strengthen it when handled with care. By the end of the exchange, the mood had fully lifted. Smiles returned naturally. The energy felt balanced again, but deeper somehow, as if everyone involved had gained something from the experience. Fans didn't just talk about what happened, they talked about how it was handled. That's the kind of moment that stays with people. Not because it was sad, but because it was sincere. Not because it was uncomfortable, but because it led to understanding. If this story resonated with you, take it as a reminder that honesty doesn't have to be harsh, and tension doesn't have to divide. Sometimes all it takes is a little humor, a little patience, and the willingness to listen. If you enjoy stories that feel real, that balance emotion with warmth, and that show the beauty of human connection, stay connected and keep sharing moments like these, because sometimes the most touching moments on screen are the ones that remind us of ourselves.